A thigh gap in women is a space between the inner thighs when standing upright with knees touching. Some women aspire to have a thigh gap because they believe it will increase their attractiveness, with some considering it a sign of femininity and fragility. Some go as far as to say it symbolizes the ideal body shape. Reportedly, some teenage girls have taken the view that the bigger the gap, the more beautiful the girl. According to the Times of India, however, few women have this shape naturally, and some have resorted to extreme dieting and surgery in order to try to obtain it. Critics are concerned that young women may develop an eating disorder by trying to obtain a body shape that is unnatural for most women. Origins of the phenomenon. The idea of the thigh gap received widespread news coverage in December 2012 after the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which featured many models with thin and highly toned bodies and who appeared to have a thigh gap. As a result, hundreds of blogs, Twitter accounts and memes were created on the internet, and images of thigh gaps featured in thinspiration blogs and across social networking sites. A Twitter account, Kara's Thigh Gap, was started named after model Cara Delevingne, who some felt exemplified the thigh gap body shape. In 2013, author Camille Hugh published her book The Thigh Gap Hack, The Shortcut to Slimmer, Feminine Thighs Every Woman Secretly Desires, and in June 2013 she was interviewed about the book on The Drivers Show. The book was criticized by Lisa Delaney of SpryLiving.com, who said the bottom line is that the thigh gap hack feeds girls' and women's obsessions with their bodies, promotes thinness at the expense of healthfulness, and promotes flaky, unproven methods for weight-fat loss. Backlash. A backlash quickly developed amongst those concerned about the potential negative consequences of the trend. Parenting experts and counselors formed anti-thigh gap movements, including the TUMBLR sites Touching Thighs and No Thigh Gap. The medical community and female empowerment advocates have also commented critically on the subject, and the U.S. National Eating Disorders Association launched a website to promote healthy body image and attitudes to food and weight. Australian plus-size model Robin Lawley has hit out at the thigh gap trend, denouncing it as just another tool of manipulation that other people are trying to use to keep me from loving my body. Target Corporation apologized after Cassie Ho discovered that a photo of a model had a photoshopped thigh gap for a girl's bathing suit ad. Old Navy came under attack by internet bloggers after a photo of a mannequin wearing women's plus-size jeans on their website appeared to have a small thigh gap placed in the photo so that the jeans on the mannequin would look thinner than they would normally look on a woman. Old Navy subsequently stated on their website that they do not use any photo-altering techniques to deliberately alter how their products appear to fit. Media comment. The thigh gap has also spawned opinions from newspapers. The Times of India called it a mania. Columnist Kelly Richardson of the Sacramento Bee said for most people it is next to impossible to attain. In The Observer, journalist Rosie Swash called the thigh gap widespread, harmful and often unachievable. Columnist Hadley Freeman called it the most extreme body fixation yet. Sylvia Parker N. Westphal, who has a PhD in genetics, was inspired to write an opinion piece on them after her daughter brought the trend to her attention and was appalled by the results of her Google search for the term. San Jose State University sociologist Natalie Barrow has attributed the trend to living in a sexist and sizist culture, and clinical psychologist Barbara Greenberg has dismissed the trend as a pipe dream, adding most women are not built that way to have that space between their thighs. See also. References. External links. The Victoria's Secret Angels, pictured at the 2012 show.